Joining us today on MSUEagles.com is the head volleyball coach here at Morehead State, Jaime Gordon. And Jamie, we've got some good news on the academic side to report today, both from the American Volleyball Coaches Association and Ohio Valley Conference. Your team continues to pull in academic accolades, and wanted to hit that topic today and just the overall priority there that you guys have set for not only succeeding at a high level on the court, but off the court.
Yeah, you know, it's important to our program, right from the recruiting side of things, but really when we sit down at the beginning of the year and we talk about what we want to accomplish, and it's a level of excellence on the court, obviously, but also in the classroom. And so we have, you know, our goals, but also our destinations, and our destinations include things like NCAA tournament, OVC championship, but also an OVC academic title, and that's something that our players work really hard at. They do a great job every day. Our staff, especially Kirsten Becker, who kind of helps handle that apart from the volleyball side of things, but then also the Eagle Center staff led by Sarah Larson. The resources we're able to provide our student athletes are phenomenal, and I think our players do a great job of taking advantage of that.
Is that something that's discussed fairly often in team meetings or just in passing, whether it's formally or informally, is to keep that expectation at a very high level from an academic standpoint?
Absolutely, all the time. You know, we, before practice, we'll ask them, hey, how did that biology test go? Or after they're leaving, hey, good luck on that math test that you have coming up, or the paper that you have to write, or the speech you have to give. You know, we'll actually get text messages with a picture of a hey, I got a 98 on that exam that I was working really hard on. So they take a lot of pride in it, but we also celebrate those moments with them, and it's an important part of what we do. But ultimately, it's why they're here. They're here to get a high level education, and these guys excel in it, and I'm very proud of them.
When you and your staff go out to recruit, obviously there's a certain bar that has to be met from a volleyball standpoint for somebody to play here and do well, but I'm sure you're trying to identify the right fits from an academic standpoint, and getting the right young ladies in the program can help keep that standard high from an academic standpoint, I'm sure.
Yeah, you know, to be honest, it's easy to walk into a gym and see that somebody's a great athlete or a great volleyball player. They have a nice, solid skill set, but it takes a lot of time to learn about the character of the individual, because that's ultimately what is going to allow them to flourish and to thrive in college and beyond. We look at the way that they interact with their teammates, their coaches, their parents. We spend a lot of time reaching out to opposing coaches and getting their opinions on them. And it's that character that when you bring that into a group, especially a group of very committed individuals, that they're either going to help that team flourish, or they're going to kind of hold that team back. So the character component is enormous for us as we're out recruiting and evaluating.
You've told me before your upperclassmen, your juniors and seniors, often kind of hand it down to the freshmen and the incoming players about, hey, we want to win championships in volleyball, but we also expect your GPA to be as high as possible and want to continue to dominate the academic awards. If you could elaborate on that a little bit. Yeah,
it's definitely it's a culture, and you know, we had a player transfer in a couple years ago that was incredibly smart coming out of high school, very high test scores, but her GPA in college was not very typical. And when she came in, and all of a sudden her GPA started improving and doing well, and I had asked her, I said, so what's the difference? And she said, you know what, Coach, here it's okay to be smart. It's okay to make academics important. And where I previously was, it wasn't that way. And with this team, they really allow you to be who you are, and that meant a world to me, because it wasn't necessarily something that we were doing as a coaching staff. It was more so what our team was doing, and the expectations that they had on, hey, this is what it means to be a Morehead State Eagle.
Jamie, congratulations to you, your staff, and of course all of your student athletes for keeping the bar high academically. For details on these awards, please visit MSUEagles.com, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, thanks, Matt.
That's Jaime Gordon, the head volleyball coach at Morehead State. Stay tuned to MSUEagles.com for more on Morehead State volleyball.